You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So during your time on social media, so when you were on...
I don't know, wallahi. Oh, I've got tears in my eyes.
Because it's serious.
This guy bringing me to this platform. I've never done a podcast before.
This is exclusive.
This is exclusive, guys.
Yes. Somaliland's very own. How was it? How did it come about? And how was it on social media? Because again, you guys were like the blueprint for Somalis on social media.
Yeah. When I moved to Somaliland, obviously my siblings were already here. We got bored. We just started creating content to send to our family. So then we just decided to make a social media account. People started following. People started seeing it. People started sharing it.
Yeah.
Panic bangalay. I literally started messaging people.
Yeah.
The chia.
Any kind of problems that you came into being on social media?
Yes, and it was really to do with our name. A lot of people didn't like the fact that we called it Somaliland, you know, and, you know, we see it today. It's Somaliland Machirto, you know, all those little unnecessary comments. I don't go back and forth about Somaliland Machirto. Like, I'm not going to go back and forth with you about that.
Yeah. Is the encounters that I have with those who are anti-Somaliland, right?
Yeah.
Or Qabilists in general, are those who don't speak
Somali
at all.
Exactly.
At all.
The audacity.
At all. And that's what I thought was baffling. I was like, priorities, what's going on here?
Because, like, you probably haven't even stepped foot back home.
Yeah.
And you're talking all this smack online for what reason?
Yeah. The second time we came to Somaliland was 2007, right?
Okay. Oh, so wow, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. It was about, 18 years ago now?
Yeah.
And so we were staying in Bro.
Yeah.
And of course, wait, hold on, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Well, I guess we weren't doing that much better back then. So.
Ultimately, I never needed anybody to give me my flowers, whether it would be an award show or all those people, you know, places that, I mean, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been given my flowers by people like you, my supporters.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to the Kasim Wise Show. I am fully conscious that I have been away for a while, but I've come back speaking English rather than Somali, so that's a difference. And then I've also got some heavy hitters on the list of episodes that I've got coming to you guys. So I have been working hard while I've been away. My first guest is an incredibly talented comedian. Is someone that I have watched for a long time, and I'm sure you guys have as well, that has made us laugh, that has been very relatable and has been a representation for most of us. I mean, without further ado, I think I'm going to allow the legend to introduce herself.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muna, better known, I guess, on social media as Articulate Mona for my personal, but really better known as Somaliland's No Behavior First.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people, the new people wouldn't know that, but the old people would know it's Somaliland's very own.
Yeah.
But we were originally called Somaliland No Behavior. Yeah.
I remember that. Why did you guys change the name?
You know what? We changed the name because we was doing good behavior. You know, it wasn't doing bad behavior.
Yeah.
You know, and I felt like Somaliland's very own kind of fitted.
It made more sense at that time.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've seen you on social media. You've made us laugh, and we've enjoyed your family dynamics that you guys have shown us. But we don't know much about who Mona really is. And so we're going to get into the nooks and crannies now. Who is Mona? So where was Mona born and raised?
Mona was born in Somalia. In Hamar, actually, in Mogadishu. We left there when I was 5 months old. Never been to Hargeisa, never been to Somaliland at that point. And then came to the UK at 5 months old, a very long time ago. I don't know what year. I don't know if I should tell you what year, shall I say. But yeah, so we've lived there ever since.
So you went there as a baby?
Went there as a baby.
And so you were, which city was it? Was it London or?
It was London. I think the first few people that came were living in Edgware. I don't know how far back
No.
How long?
Well, I'm
you
originally
been?
from Sheffield.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was born in Sheffield, and then we moved to London
you're
in
a
2000.
baby.
Yeah, and then we moved to London in 2005.
Okay.
And at that point, there was a large community all over London.
Right.
So, but it's odd that they were in Edgware. Why Edgware?
I don't know. I think that's where they had like Paddington, especially.
Yeah.
Like Meshi Asylum Seekers Kilgini.
Yeah.
So that's where we ended up. But then we moved a lot.
Yeah.
I think I may have been to like so many primary schools. Maybe like every year of my school year, I was at a different primary school. Maybe for one of them, I was there for like two consecutive years. But moved to Manchester as well, back and forth. Was there for the whole of my high school. And then went back the whole of my high school. And then after that, we moved to London for good.
Okay.
I actually was in Sheffield for a year as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Where in Sheffield?
والله تاكل مش لكن we was in Sheffield for 1 year.
Yeah.
And I don't have too much memories. All I remember is
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
it's very hilly. Yes.
We lived in a close.
So how was your experience in London in comparison to Manchester?
Manchester to Tulu. It's a very small
offense.
place. Yeah. No, take all the offense. It's a small place. Everybody knows each other. All of our family lived there as well. Like my nan, my aunties, my uncles. So that was that felt homely. So Manchester, I would always say, feels like a very homely place.
Yeah.
But London felt more free.
Yeah.
But I love Manchester as well.
Yeah.
I did like some of my primary years there, and then my whole of my high school years.
The only thing that I thought was interesting when you said that you guys moved to Edgware specifically when you moved to London is because a lot of people from Somaliland were living in dock cities or dock towns.
Yeah, we did end up going there.
Yeah.
Like Bethnal and Poplar, and we moved around east quite a lot.
Yeah.
But we definitely were at the docks as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 5 months, so I'm just hearing stories from my family.
Yeah.
Let me know. I don't physically remember being there.
Yeah.
But like, they
told you that you were there and you were moving
that's
here.
That's where we started out.
Yeah. So speaking of your family, were you a rebellious kid or were you a kid that followed all the rules?
You know what? I was such a good kid, you know. Not that I'm not a good kid now. But, well, I was like one of those children Anan Hadlin, you know. So when I did come on social media, it was like,
yeah.
You know, I followed the rules very, you know. I think I started coming into my voice maybe when I went to high school. I became a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
But I would say I was a good kid, did well with my GCSEs. I walked away with like maybe 9-10 GCSEs.
Yeah.
I didn't get U or F.
You know what?
But,
speaking of that, that was one of the skits that you did that were the funniest. Because in school, so as a kid, I think I was a balance between rebellious and following the rules.
Yeah.
Rebellious in the sense that if I felt that something was wrong, I didn't care how many people were against me. I said what I needed to say at that moment, or I would say, you know, that's wrong. Whether it was, you know, school, whether it was Mal'amad, which is a whole experience that I'm going to be asking you about as well. And then also just in family dynamics as well.
Yeah.
But then I also was raised in that mentality where it's like respect your elders, which most of us have been raised with that. So it's kind of like you're going through a fine line. You're teetering that fine line.
But I think the experiences are different for a boy and a girl.
Yes.
You know, I spent most of my teenage years and adult years raising my siblings.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the luxury to be rebellious.
Yeah.
I may have wanted to, you know, but I wouldn't say, it depends on what you call rebellious.
Yeah.
Like, man, you know,
Yeah.
because they're limo galain number one.
Yeah.
Like, as well.
Yes.
You know, I think marka wax lagu diidayo, then it's like you're gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So we, And I think I'm glad for that as well, because it stopped me from doing a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing anyway. And as you get older, you do regret a lot of things that you do when you're younger. So I'm glad that I had that kind of upbringing where I was focused on school, focused on uni, focused on work. You know, I did have fun. Don't get it twisted. I wasn't, you know, but I had fun.
You're taking those trips that your mom was like, hey, mom, I'm a trip to those skits.
Yeah. So the videos is literally the life that we lived. You know? So I did enjoy life. But rebellious, not too much, where my parents was like, what the kibble.
When we were growing up in Sheffield, one of the reasons we actually moved to London was because Sheffield was starting to slightly become a bit rough, right?
Oh, okay.
So we moved to London, which to me, I really did appreciate, because there's a unlimited amount of opportunities in London, right? And I think in seeing what was happening to our young boys, my parents were just thinking, you know, we're going to keep a tight watch on these kids and stuff like that. So there was like, my siblings were not the ones that really wanted to go out and stuff and like, you know, go out with friends. I was more the one that was a bit more social in that sense. And then I wanted a bike so bad. And all my siblings got a bike in it. But I didn't get a bike. And the reason why I didn't get a bike was my mom was concerned. She was just like, you're more active, so you could fall into the wrong crowd basically. And at that point, people were using bikes for, you know, not so appropriate activities and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'll try get on my older brother's bike and stuff, and it was just way too big. So I'm just over here, you know.
So you're the only one loaded in. But
then I got it as I got older. I got a bike when I got a bit older, and I was just like gleefully coming out of Halford. What was it called? Halford, the bike shop. What's it called?
Yes.
So I was just coming out there with my bike, all like excited and stuff.
So you got it at an older age.
I got it. I was about, I think I was 15 or 16 when I got it.
Okay, that's quite old.
15, 16
Did you
when
know
I
how
got
to
it.
ride a bike at that point?
I did, because I was using like my friends and stuff like that, and my siblings was a bit too big. And I was just always like, they ain't even using it. So like, what was the point? It was just, So again, it was, but there wasn't, we never felt like we were very restricted. Like we were always able to like go on holidays and, you know, social with friends, and we would like have birthday parties and invite friends over and things like that.
Right.
So yeah, it wasn't too restricted, but it was also...
Would you allow sleepovers?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. Are you mad? The horror stories that we were told about sleepovers.
We were like,
nah. And no one was allowed to sleep over necessarily at our house, because, I mean, I don't think it necessarily wasn't that they weren't allowed, but I think everybody had the same talk. Like no one's doing any sleepovers anywhere, basically.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, we didn't do that, but we had like friends come over and stuff like for Eid celebrations and things like that. So how was your Mal'amad experience?
You know what, it wasn't bad, you know, because we started out with Mal'amad. My uncle used to teach us. So my mom's brother, he's with that. So he was teaching us. I don't know why I'm laughing, but it was a good experience. Like it's a tricky one, because, you know, nobody taught you the love of Dinta. It was like Quran ka hafid. Yeah, there wasn't like a structure of like, let's start from the beginning, you know, dintada, you know, chalo and things like that. But then we went into an actual Mal'amad after that, and it was good. You want to know Intan Gary?
You know, why not?
Maybe I shouldn't say. You know what? I
probably am not much better, to be fair. If you feel like
it wasn't bad, but it wasn't. I could be better.
Oh, I set myself
finished
up.
6 chis.
Okay.
So what did you finish?
Yeah, we don't need to go into that.
Definitely lower than mine then.
So I'll give you an explanation. So we started Mal'amad at the age of 3, right, in Sheffield. Okay. So then we went to Mal'amad.
3? That's very young.
3, yeah. So we started at 3. I mean, we were speaking fluent.
I need to put my child in Quran
Everyone started when it got to the age of 3. Yeah. You're going to Mal'amad, and at the age of 3, it was also probably, I would say 3 or 4. Or maybe even 5, around that age is where I started really speaking fluent Somali as well.
Right.
But then when we moved to London, we went to a non-Somali Mal'amad first. Okay. And so when we went to a non-Somali Mal'amad, there was I'll say there was some racial issues that were there. So it was maybe there for a couple of weeks or so, not very long.
Okay.
Yeah. So then it was just, you felt they made it very clear that you didn't belong. That was the environment, basically. So then we left our Malhamad, so then we went to a Somali Malhamad, right? So we just kept hopping from Malhamad to Malhamad, went to Arab Malhamads, different Somali Malhamads. And every time we would go to a new Malhamad, even though they knew we knew our Higad, they would start from the beginning. Again. So then it stops you from progressing, basically. Exactly.
And as a child, you become competitive. I see that with my eldest now.
Yeah.
He's very competitive. Like, he doesn't want to be left behind. They have competitions.
Yeah.
And they were putting him back a bit because of, new teachers.
Yeah.
So the competitive element, sometimes it puts you down and you don't want to
do it. You're
anymore.
just like, what's the point? And then you'd go to them, you'd be like, I can do it. Just test me right now. I'll do it. Right. And they're like, no, we have policies here where you're starting from the beginning. Yeah. And then it got really awkward at a certain point because then we were put in the classes. No, it wasn't that. We did get to a point we did say that. But they put us in a group with children that were a lot younger than us. And I was like, we were probably 12, 13.
Oh, okay.
And so then the kids we were in the group with were like 7, 8.
Oh.
And so I was like, I think this is the wrong group.
Yeah.
And they was like, no, you're starting from Higad. I was like, you think at 13 I don't know my Higad? Like, come on. And they was like, no, you're going to have to start. And then after that, I was like, this is demoralizing. Yeah. And then we ended up leaving there. But also in Malhamad, it was a wrestling ground for us boys. Like, it was somewhere, and then sometimes the wrestling got real, and then fists were flying.
Yeah,
but
I remember
it was honestly like a youth club at the same time.
Yes.
So it was a cool experience.
Yeah.
Did you end up doing Malhamad in Somaliland at any point, or schooling?
Because because when my son comes to me and he needs help with something, I don't know, and it's embarrassing. And when you want your child to do better, you also need to be able to do better as well.
Yeah.
So, inshallah.
It's only Somali parents that you'll see, because we came, the second time we came to Somaliland was 2007, right?
Okay. Oh, wow, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. It was about, 18 years ago now?
Yeah.
And so we were staying in Bro.
Yeah.
And of course, we wait, hold on, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Well, I guess we weren't doing that much better back then. So, I don't know,
oh my God, Bro is just one straight line.
But we fit right in. So when we were there, there's a culture
2007.
2007. Yes, wait, thank you very much. So there's a culture there where people like Wishi and, Guriya and stuff like that. So then in our house, we had, those pebbles, like decorative pebbles on the ground, right? So we were like, we've got unlimited resources here. So, and we were also like from Sheffield, which is like mini Puro anyway.
Yes.
And then we also had that mentality in the Kurba as well. So we collected all our rocks. It was just like, all right, I'm going that area, you go that area. We just started just dashing rocks at different houses and stuff. So we fit right in.
Oh, nice.
And then it got to a point, because we was there for a while, like 3 months.
Okay.
So then...
Oh, that's long.
Yeah. If not
for
like
your first time?
No, it was our second time. So the first time was 2004, and we were staying in Hargeisa at that point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so then the second time was 2007. And we took an extended leave from school, right? And then I remember we came back and they were like, if your kids do not come back on the Monday, they're going to be removed from the listing of the school. So we just came back on that Monday. But yeah, we were told...
That must have been a very quick flight between that email.
No. We saw it coincidentally. They sent a letter. So when we got home, we opened the letter, we saw it.
Okay.
It was like, we came on that weekend and the Monday was the deadline. So we ended up going. So it was a coincidence. But when we was in Bro, we was taken to school. It wasn't Malhamad, it was literally like a regular school, which was weird because it's like we're here on a break from school while we
in
for school.
Yeah.
But that was an experience because we went there and there was a blackboard at the time, and then the teacher drew a picture of a dog and a cat and a table and a chair, right? But then he would say like the dog was the cat, and then the cat was the dog, and then the table was the chair, and the table was the chair.
Yeah.
I remember I thought it was like a quiz, like a trick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's going to say correct. Yeah, I was like, he's funny. You know what I mean? I'm just looking around, he's going to get it right. And then the kids he points at the dog and he's like, cat. And the kids are like, cat. He's doing
Is that the local kids?
Yes.
Okay.
And so then I look at my siblings, because we're all in this school together. Yeah.
Are you guys all in the same class?
We're all in the same class, different ages as well. Yeah, we was on the same class. We looked around, and I think it was our parents did it so that we had something to do. Yeah. Because we was at some points we were just getting a bit bored. And so it was just to, get us busy and stuff.
Yeah.
So then I was, again, like I said, the rebellious kid who raised his hand and said, oh, Malin, I'm not quite sure what's happening. Yeah. But this is that. And then
that is not a dog. That is a cat.
Literally. So he had one of those wooden rulers, right?
Yeah.
So he smacks it onto the table. And that made me jump back a little bit because I was like, no, we don't have this in England. What's happening here, innit? Where's children's services?
Yeah.
So then I sit back, I was like, all right, cool. And then I didn't stop there because then the kids laughed in it and my ego was bruised. So I was like, oh, no, he's not going to get this one.
He's not going to have it.
So I was like, and you got that one wrong as well. And then he was like, come here. So then I stand up. And it's the first time that I had experienced this, right? And the locals were like, oh yeah, that was what would happen to us. So he got a pen, or was it a pencil? He put it between like the index finger, middle finger, and the ring finger. Then he got another pen and he smacked on top of it, which feels like your bone is breaking, basically. And I was just like...
It's like that, a pencil in between like that.
Yes, exactly. And then he would smack it with another one. And then I was just like... At first I was trying to firm it. I was like, oh, you ain't doing that.
Oh, what the
Yeah, I was like, you ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Because when I'm telling you...
That's crazy.
No, when I tell you we fit right into the system. Like, we didn't question. It was like, yeah, what? And we're boxing. You know what I mean?
That's where my rebellion side would have came in.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, not today.
So I allowed it. And then I was like, oh, that was nothing. And then I'm like, I get back to my desk and I'm just like, tending to my wounds.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I was like, no, it was another day that we went back. And then I'm there back again, let's go round 2. So he takes me outside. And then there's like these tuba things, these hoses and stuff like that. So we went back home. I was like, this isn't right. And I had a journal, right? All of us were given little books to just do like writing and stuff. My parents gave us some books. So immediately on that book, I wrote his name down. I wrote the date and I was like, when I get back to London, I'm calling children's services. I'm doing
So
the whole thing, So I was like, I'm calling children's services. There's something's going to be done about this guy. He's going to get arrested, right? Of course, that isn't happening.
No.
So the experiences were different, but it was also...
Must have been fun though.
It was fun. I would go back a million times in 2007. But in 2007 was, honestly, as a kid, this is why I encourage parents to take their kids back as children.
Yeah.
Because the experience you have as a child and the experience that you have as an adult is completely different.
Yeah,
it's completely different. So I'm appreciative of my parents taking us back a couple of times as kids and then me coming back as an adult as well.
See, my brothers went back quite young, all 3 of them. The girls were the only ones. I mean, 2 of my sisters came back as well, but me and my eldest sister didn't. All those years that they were coming back, because obviously but when we came for the first time, they were coming there early 2000s, and the first time we came was actually 2013.
As a family?
As me and her.
You're joking?
Yeah. Literally. I don't know if they came. No, I think they were already there.
And is this before you guys did Somaliland's very own?
It started that winter.
Okay.
Yeah. So I moved. No. So I visited Somaliland for the first time in 2013 in August. Was there for 2 weeks. And then I moved in October.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2 months later?
Yeah.
Yeah. I moved. Was it 3 months? Something like that.
So you moved back?
I moved there, I loved it that much that I moved back. And so Shira was already there. My 2 younger sisters were already there. So I was just joining.
And this is 2013?
This is 2013.
How long were you here for? I had no idea.
Yeah. How long was I here for?
Yeah.
I was here for maybe nearly 2 years. Yeah. And then I moved back because I got married and then I had to go have a baby. Yeah.
Oh, actually, do you know what? It's ringing a bell now. I think I do remember seeing you in Somaliland for an extended period of time around that time because I was following you guys from back then, right? So that does sound familiar. Speaking of Somaliland's very own, how was it? How did it come about? And how was it on social media? Because again, you guys were like the blueprint for Somalis on social media. For real. Yeah.
So when I moved to Somaliland, obviously my siblings were already here. We got bored, and so we just started creating content to send to our family. So then we just decided to make a social media account because I think there were other platforms as well other than Instagram. I think it was
Keek and Vine as well.
Yeah, and Vine. Yeah. So we were on that as well after we made the Instagram. And then we were like, let's just, make videos so that so our family can watch it.
Yeah.
So WhatsApp,
did it exist
WhatsApp, the man sogalai.
Yeah.
People say WhatsApp is a social media account. I don't see it as, I see it as,
it's a phone
it's my messaging app. So, so we made the account. I made the account. And then it was Inda was there as well. A lot of people knew my siblings then. So Inda was there, Shadi was there. And so we started making content and started posting it.
Yeah.
This is like maybe November of 2013. And then people started following. People started seeing it. People started sharing it.
Yeah.
Panic bangalay. Because I was like, dadkan uguma talagalin inay daawadaan alaabtan. Waxaan ku talagalay shantii reeran haystay inay daawadaan, you know? And then people started sharing it and I'm like, I literally started messaging people. Dajiya. So for me, it was uncomfortable. Because dad kooban ma ku talagalay inay daawadaan laakiin dad badan bay gaadhay, you know. And so for me, and then I was like, okay, I can't control it, so let me just continue. So we were all doing it. Inda was doing it, Shida was obviously doing it, who else? Kosar a little bit, not everyone knows her. Shadi as well. Marka, it started from that and then we just continued.
Tell Hoya when it's the day for the Eid, Al-Babkega bite. Darkay made, turn off the light.
Tusmanu tagaya nama tusma ku dhashay mise aniga ku dha maalin walba saas naageer ha ku sidato nama shantad baa tahay mise kitchenkaad u maydha mar kalena kuma imaan adaguna sida xooladaad gurigeeda ugu socoto waxay kartid ma baxay kartid orod galo baata kaaga gura waryahay وبحوا إنك كان يسكعل. What the fucking shit? ورا ما حد سمعنيسا. واحد كمان يرى السبق قال له ورا يقصد ميديه. ورا سوقل. بتناسر وقالوا بحوا فيري لا تكلت.
How are the siblings doing? Because I feel like that period of social media. No, how are they doing? Let's not get into all that.
Yeah. How are they doing?
How are they doing?
They're doing good, you know. Everyone's grown up now. You know. So the youngest is young. Sorry, not young. She's 23 maybe, I think. And the oldest is there, you know, old, because I think I could so we're up there. They're all doing well. Wallahi. Shida's here right now. My other brother is here as well. Inshallah, my mom's coming next month.
Inshallah.
So that we come quite frequently.
Like and Shida has a new restaurant that he's also open. We're going to go into your one as well.
Yes.
But he's open well, I mean, you mentioned,
I'm joking. No,
it's called Qarni, right?
Yeah, so his place is called Qarni. It's Labada Baghal, ex-control ka. And it's a family business. I think it was open last year. So I'm not like particularly involved, but it's him, his dad, and a few of my other siblings. And fast food, Somali food. So it's doing really well, mashallah.
Mashallah. No, I'll definitely be checking it out. I've seen it on being advertised on your Snapchat. And I also saw it on Somaliland's very own Snapchat as well, being advertised. So before I head back, I'm definitely going to go check it out, inshallah.
We'll all have a dinner together.
Yes, inshallah. So were there any kind of struggles or any kind of problems that you came into being on social media? Like, were there anything?
Initially, yes. And it was really to do with our name. A lot of people didn't like the fact that we called it Somaliland, you know, and, you know, we see it today, it's Somaliland Machirto, you know, all those little unnecessary comments.
So during your time on social media, what were some of the issues that you've encountered?
In the beginning, it was actually quite early when we started. I think the main thing that people had an issue with is the fact that we called our page Somaliland. And so we had a lot of, like, you know, people who were not from Somaliland just throwing a lot of digs, you know, Somaliland, just the usual, you know, points that they make. And a lot of, like, quite nasty comments. I'm not going to lie. It was very I think there was the first time I actually cried on social media.
On video or
on video.
Oh, wow.
I think I made a video because of by like little kids. Literally just swearing at me. I don't know. I can't remember if it was on Instagram or whatever it was. And I think it was a video. And so I reshared the the video that they sent me. I think they sent it on Snap or Insta. I can't remember the platform they sent it, but I posted it on Instagram. And because I was so disgusted. You could have some sort of their racial bias or whatever it is, but to then, teach your young kids that and to then record them saying that to another adult was quite hurtful. So I did. It was my first time I cried and the last time I cried.
Yeah.
Because after that, I was like, there's nothing that you could say to me that is going to move me.
Yeah.
Unless now I've got kids. Maybe that's a situation that would make me upset. But a lot of racist, I don't know if racist is the right word because obviously it's kudat banai.
Yeah.
But just
I personally, what I call it is fascism, expansionism. Those are some of the things that I call it. And propaganda because, in terms of, I just touch briefly on the history, Somaliland predates other Somali countries, right? So to say that it doesn't exist makes zero logical sense, right? So it is something similar that I've experienced. But
I see your social media platform. You be getting, and I'm like...
Do you know what the thing is? It's funny because I wasn't raised in a political household. Was it the same for you?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know what qala I was until... I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It must have been the late 2000s. Yeah. We didn't know what tribe we were.
I remember for me, I was in Mal'amad, right? And there was the administration team. And so what they asked me was the question actually they asked was, Yaku Dalai. And I didn't know what they meant by that, right? So I just said, well, my mom and dad.
Hold on, you say it like that.
I was like, my mom and dad, you know? And then they were like, no. And then they laughed and they said, well, Yakudala. And I just said, well, my mom and dad, you've met them. They registered me to this Mal'amad, right? And then they were saying, no, we're not asking you Yakudala in that sense, Yakudala Yatai, basically. And so then I said my parents' name and then they just laughed. So then I was like, this is a very awkward and odd encounter. So when I got home, I asked my parents and then they said, oh, what they were asking for was your qabila. And I said, what's that? And then they explained it to me and they told me who I was. So I was like, oh, okay. So again, in terms of Qabil, it wasn't something that we were taught.
We weren't because our parents went there from a war-torn country. They were on survival mode. They didn't have time to say, I don't want to tambatai. Like they were thinking, where am I going to find my next, shelter or food? Nobody cared about that.
No one cared
whether
about that.
they were from Hamar or whether they from the, Somaliland or,
wherever,
nobody cared about that. We were surviving. And so to teach your child about something that doesn't matter in that moment was irrelevant.
And you know what's actually quite interesting is we're similar in the sense that I think there was an emphasis in your household, because I can see it through your siblings and yourself, that there was an emphasis on culture, language, religion, things like that, because you guys all speak fluent
100%.
Somali, mashallah, right?
I mean, not all of them. Some of them were hoya matalo.
But there was that emphasis more so on that, and it was for me. And what I thought was really interesting is the encounters that I have with those who are anti-Somaliland, right? Or Qabilists in general, are those who don't speak
Somali
at all.
Exactly.
At all.
The audacity.
At all. And that's what I thought was baffling. I was like, priorities, what's going on here?
Because you probably haven't even stepped foot back home. And you're talking all this smack online for what reason? Like, you cannot tell who I am by looking at me. Like, you're not going to say, oh, Taniwa, you know what I mean? So to have that much vim and you were raised in the UK is very baffling. It is. Because it's the older generation, it's the younger generation that are, especially on TikTok. Like I see it, I don't get involved, but I see the divide. And it's quite sad.
And when I sat back and I looked at it, I thought, what would encourage young people born and raised in the West to have that mentality and to talk like that, right? My friends, funnily enough, were all non-Somalilanders. And it wasn't because I chose to stay away from Landers. That's just a coincidence. And then I'm not friends with any of them anymore. And the reason isn't because of and the reason isn't because of political differences, because it's okay for people to have political differences. But it was that well, first of all, they were exactly what we were talking about. Like, say, well, I didn't speak any Somali, and every single one of them would derail the conversation to anti-Somali rhetoric, anti-Somaliland rhetoric, right? And Qabili and anti-Isaq things specifically, right? So again, at that time, I was very green. I didn't know much. And so I was just like, I know you're saying things that don't make sense and it's wrong what you're saying, but I don't know the context or I didn't have the knowledge at the time to really challenge it, right? So for me, I think it made me look into Somaliland's history, Somaliland's people, and then that kind of shaped, which is ironic.
You've become the Somaliland man.
Yeah, I've become a mascot. And, and it's become so ironic that the people that were so anti-Somaliland made me the most pro-Somaliland because of it, right? So the tactic isn't the best over there, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that when your name has anything Somaliland, or even if it doesn't, if you're just talking about anything in regards to Somaliland, you're going to face some sort of backlash. But I will say this before we move on from that topic. And you can, of course, add what you wish as well, is whether they agree or even Somalilanders, whoever it is, one thing they've got to say is that they have to respect you.
Yeah.
Because you're not wishy-washy.
No.
We're not wishy-washy. We stand in what we believe in, whether you agree or not. That is not my business. You know what I mean? I think they respect that more than the people that pander to different people. Yeah. And I don't also respect those people. I'm there too with them. So I think for me, I think dignity is important.
Like I'm proud of who I am. You know, I'm proud to be Somali. Yeah. You know, I don't go back and forth about Somaliland. Like, I'm not going to go back and forth with you about that. Yeah. You have what you think. I have what I believe. And that's that. And we move on from there. I'm not, it's waste of energy. Like, I'd rather love you than argue with you. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So that's my stance about it.
Moving and segueing from there, we're going to go to entrepreneurship. So you've started a juicing spot here in Hargeisa. That's where you started. What was the reason and the purpose behind you starting that?
So it's
spot?
actually not an actual juicing spot. We did sell juices, but we, you know, but it's a health store. Okay. And because I have a background in health, like the degree that I did was in, you know, a health background, not health in particular, but sciences. I did all sciences. I chose the route of forensic science. And then I started getting very interested in health when I was around 19. And then a few years down the line, I became vegan. I was vegan for like 7-8 years. As a Somali. And would you believe I became vegan in Somaliland? Yeah.
That's insane.
In 2013.
Why? What encouraged you to become a vegan?
Well, a few things, but the main one was, you know, the whole family was there for the summer. That 2013. Yeah. And then I think maybe a few months down the line, I think it was, we had like little lambs and Fankeena in the house, and we named them. Yeah. Mariana yo
we had
did you? So we gave them names. They became our family. They became our friends. Yep. And then and then I can't remember who it was. They were like, Mariam bad'unaysan. Ciao. Melan maro. I was like, Mariana, you know? So for me, it was like connecting the fact that I just saw this thing here and now I'm eating it. Yeah. And then it stirred from that and it became a health reason. I'm obviously not vegan anymore. I think a lot of people would be happy about that. Yeah. But it definitely shaped the way that I live. You know, they say you need to focus on how you eat and the way that you exercise in your early years so that you can look great and feel great and then be healthy at your older age. So yeah, it is a health store. We sell alternative, I was going to say meat. No, we don't. We sell alternative foods options for people. No, not even vegan options. We do have, but it's not for that reason. It's the people that suffer from gluten issues, you know, for other reasons, dairy as well. So we have snacks, we have grains. What else? We obviously did sell the juices as well. Yeah. You know,
did past tense? Do you guys?
No, we still do, but we've moved that over to my other business now.
Okay, so, which we'll get into.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how. And then I'm also like a holistic health coach, which I don't, share too much. Not because I don't want to, but those that know.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I'm spreading because I'm literally fully booked.
Yeah.
It's not, that I don't want people to come
Yeah.
and get coached. It's because I'm trying to run so many things at the same time, and I don't want to wear myself out thin. And the people that really need it, obviously I don't, push them away. I do help those people. But yeah, that is that business. And I opened that in September 2023.
Okay.
So,
Because
yeah.
I remember the journey of you getting the furnishing, getting the
Yes,
stock,
yes.
and then opening up. I was
Yes,
watching
yes,
it.
yes,
I was
yes.
watching it online, that whole process. But then you've opened recently
Yeah.
a cafe called
Yes.
Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
How
Cafe
was
Mona
that?
Lisa.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Why?
In that stage.
Yeah.
Obviously, now that I've come out on the other end, it's not as hard. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm gonna find another hard because I'm one of those people. I do something and then I'm looking for the next challenge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I opened that May 18. Funny enough, would
That's
you believe?
insane.
Yeah,
May
it wasn't
18,
planned.
2025.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It wasn't planned though.
Yeah.
It just so happened to fall on that date because we kept pushing it and then. It happened to be that day. So we opened on May 18 and it is an all-day breakfast. So it has healthy options and it also has, the fun options. Life is about balance.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel like you're restricted all the time. And you want to be able to have the balance of having, the clean stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then also having, a day off or 2 or 3. Or some people have 7 days off. Of just
7 days of the week off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the plan behind it.
Sa.
And I didn't want to open a cafe, it was my brother's idea.
Yeah.
So I'm in business with my brother, not Shire. It's actually with my other brothers. And he wanted a coffee shop. So I was like, I really need a kitchen. And so he was like, okay, let's do it. The shop next door to me became available. Like it was very convenient. And so I secured it, but I didn't start planning until like 6 months in. So yeah, now it's open and it was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I always say to people, you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable in life. So it was very difficult in the beginning, like running it. But now it's smooth. Not smooth. It's not smooth sailing. It's smoother.
Yeah.
Like I can be without them.
Yeah.
I check in every day, obviously, because you can't open a business and leave people to it.
Yeah.
Because people will play with your, money. So yeah, it's been open it's on the 18th. It'll be 3 months, and it's been nice.
Yeah. Do you know what's very different from your two businesses? It's typically when. Which there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, but when Quranic come over to Somaliland, it's usually like dessert spots, it's coffee shops, things like that, right? Which are still needed. You always want to try a new one out. But you specifically went through the route of nutrition when it came to Kamganics.
Yeah.
And then you opened the Mona Lisa cafe, and that does all day breakfast, which you can't find in Somaliland. I've not seen anywhere that does all day breakfast.
No.
So,
but we do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been to Mona Lisa cafe and I can attest to how great the food is, the customer service. And I'm not just saying it because you're sitting here. No, but genuinely it was the customer service, the quality of the food, the quality of the service really is great. So congratulations
I'm so happy to
on
hear
that.
Thank you so much.
I don't know, my friends and family tease me for being very perfectionist type,
me too.
So the fact that I'm giving you your 10s with that
means a lot then.
It means a lot.
No, thank you. That actually means a lot because I'm very big on customer service. I'm very, big on things looking right.
Yeah.
A presentation, just the whole aesthetics of the place, and making people feel like they want to come again.
Yeah.
You can't just have good food and bad service. It has to be a combination of a few things. And you also need to be present, as the business owner, especially as a business owner that is known. People want to come and see you also, which is why I'm there frequently. And, I get into conversations with people and I make friends, so it's become a nice little hub that a lot of us meet at, and it's become, a lot of my friends' little offices now. So we have like a customer base, which is hard to get. But people know who we are now.
And do you think it makes it easier to get a customer base when you're someone that is known on social media, when you do have a presence on social media?
No, I think it's easier because, magaheedi baa meel furatay oo la garanayo and meesha de soo eego, So it does make it easier. Like having a following, obviously is a plus, 100%. It's helped me in all of my businesses. Like I wouldn't be where I am without it, to be honest.
But it also increases the pressure.
Yes.
Yeah, it increases the pressure.
The pressure is getting worse out with the hand. Yeah, it was tight.
It does, yeah.
So
especially as a perfectionist, like you've said. Yes. Yeah.
So I'm always like, I go up to customers. I'm like, how was your experience? How was the food? Do you have any feedback?
Yeah.
Because I want to know. I want to improve. I don't think, muna anahay waa la garanaya and automatically dadku way ku jeclaanayaan waxaad keentid. No, like that's not always gonna. No, you have to have the excellence behind it. Yeah. So I'm very tough on my crowd.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny about
workers,
that? I'm always the person that when a restaurant owner or a hotel owner or a business owner in general approaches me, talks me about their services, I just, even if I didn't enjoy it, I'll just say, oh, it was great, it was fantastic.
I don't do that,
And the reason why I used to do that is because I just find it very awkward, right? But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to be honest so they can improve.
They need it.
Yeah. So I've done that for a few restaurants. And the reaction that you get is like, it isn't that, but it isn't. You can tell on their faces, they're like, well, I wasn't expecting you to be honest. Like, just say it was nice. You know what I mean? And then there often isn't really improvements and they don't take it on. So I'm now thinking, should I just do the generic, go back to my generic, like, oh, it was great.
If you know the owners, I have connected with a lot of the owners that own a lot of restaurants here. So I do give them feedback. There's days where things are great and there's days where it's not. And it might be even the same for us. I hope not, but we're that. So I always say to people, give people grace. It's the first time that they're doing something. Or it depends how seasoned you are in this in the Mahalada environment. But for me, it is a first. And it's a territory that I've never been in. So it is frightening. But it gets easier. And you mentioned, I remember you doing a story on Snapchat. Yes. And a video on TikTok where you were saying that you didn't appreciate, people scoring restaurants here in Somaliland and then scoring them low. Why is that? I didn't like it because like I said, give people grace. Like your opinion is not going to be the same as my opinion. You may like something, I might not like it. And sometimes it's like bias as well. That person might be a relative of another owner and they may give them high ratings. Some people get paid to do ratings, so I always say to
That's
people,
true.
I always say to people, inta adigu tagtid dadamayo adigu de kaso hadan. Plus, let people know about all the nice places that you've been. It's not helpful telling us about the places you don't like. Tell us about the places you do like. So then we could go there. It's not helpful. It's useless information. Like, you're not sitting on a bad piece of information. So, like, it's true. Yeah. I agree, because there's people that ask me, would you rate restaurants and stuff like that? I can answer it privately. Yeah. But people would say, why don't you post it publicly? Exactly. But then they would say, do it. But then they would ask you to do it publicly, right? Yeah. And I have that same mentality. I think that it's awkward because it might improve and you go there and it's a bit like, I read you guys, it's a bit awkward, you know what I mean? And I'm one of those people that are paranoid in the sense that I don't want someone to do something to my food. Yes. So I'm like, everything is great. Just bring me my food untouched, True. But segueing out of that, what advice would you give to someone who's from the diaspora, who wants to relocate to Somaliland? Test it out. Come here, test it out for at least 6 months and see if you could see yourself living here. When I first came, obviously my scenario is a little bit different because I loved it. But when I came with my kids, because it's a whole different ball game then. I came with the intentions of staying for a year. I was gonna, if that year didn't work out, I was gonna go back home and open a business. But alhamdulillah, it worked out. And my kids loved it. And tested it out, to see if it's something that they could get comfortable with, something I could get comfortable with kids. Because when you're without kids, it's different.
Yeah.
So test out the schools, test out, the activities. It's obviously not a lot, but yeah, I would say trial it before you move.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I was going to actually ask you about the kids, how have the kids adjusted? Because that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned that they're enjoying it.
They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Wallahi, kay year into, I think, 2023.
Yeah.
Boo yara noqday for 4 months. No, beentay. 2022 into yara noqday. For 4 months. And he hated it. He was like, Eliya, and so he loves it. He's the baby. And my oldest, obviously he has more memories of the UK.
Yeah.
He does miss it. He misses his family, but he misses obviously recreational centers and things like that. But ultimately he has friends here. We have a routine and he doesn't have a choice there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not in the mindset of let your children rule your life. At the end of the day, you are the parent. You have to do what you feel is best for your child. And life is about trial and error. Like people may think that I haven't figured out, I know what I'm doing. No, I'm winging life. And alhamdulillah, it's working out. But obviously my children's feelings matter, but at the end of the day, like we yirihin wa intan gacanta ku hayn karo and maamuli karo. So diintooda iyo dhaqankooda iyo luqadooda is my priority right now.
Yeah.
And so we joogayaan.
That actually, you said that you wanted your children to come here, learn their deen, their language and their culture. And I guess that is the reason why a lot of parents from the West, it's relative, send their children back to Africa, wherever that is, because they send them to different countries for that quote-unquote analysis. Do you think in the way that it's done is productive and it creates a positive change in the child, or do you think it's counterproductive?
It depends if you are coming with your child.
I agree.
I hate, it literally angers me when people, parents leave their children here and just go. At least one of the parents need to be here. When my siblings came here, their dad was here, and obviously my mom was there with the other kids. Like you can't just dump your kids and say, "Wahan kurida a boarding school," or because you hear so many horror stories. You can't leave your children with people that don't care about them. And it won't be productive because they will be derailed. And so, no, I think it's only productive if you come with them.
Yeah.
And children feel abandoned. Depending on the age that you bring them, I would never leave. I love my children too much to leave them with somebody. I don't even like them to leave them with my own family. Or long, distance family.
Yeah.
I would never do that. So I personally wouldn't advise it. People are, doing horrific things to kids. And so I thought,
Yeah. But I also think that it isn't necessary to have to bring your kids for right? To learn their deen, because they can learn it where they are.
True.
Their language, learn it from you. And I think
I'm example of that.
we both are. Yeah. And there's a lot of people outside of just the two of us who are examples of that. But it's because the parents really and this may sound controversial, but I personally think it's a cop-out when it comes to parents.
True. 100%.
Yeah, just sending their kids over there. You had these kids. It's your responsibility to raise them and not give them abandonment issues, right? Because they will feel that.
100%. You see it on TikTok.
You see it,
How many people it's not, it's trauma.
It's trauma, and it results to like substance abuses and all different types of things, and they get worse than what they were before. It could have just been
100%.
But yeah, we are at the Gaba and Go end of the program.
We're at the end.
So what are your final words to your supporters, your fans, watchers of the Kasim White Show?
First of all, thank you for having me. It was an easy transition to, this is actually my first time meeting him, guys. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for honoring me, if that's the right word, and bringing me to this platform. I've never done a podcast before.
This is exclusive.
This is exclusive, guys.
Yes.
So, what I would say to my fans, I don't like the word fans.
Yeah.
I like the word supporters.
Yeah.
And mashallah, I have a lot of supporters, people who have contributed to where I'm at today.
Yeah.
And I would say thank you. I appreciate the love. It never goes unnoticed. I am, just living proof of that, be yourself and people love you for it.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, I have a good amount of people, that are behind me that support me and love me.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
But I want to say thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And giving me an exclusive.
You're welcome.
But also, I do genuinely mean when I say that you and your siblings and your entire family were trendsetters when it comes to social media in the Somali scene, skits, comedy. And I know I'm not alone in this, but I know there's a lot of supporters out there who have also noticed and feel that you guys haven't been given your flowers for what you've contributed to the space, right?
Yeah.
And what I want to do is, I wish I actually had physical flowers now.
Where's my flowers?
I'll be bringing it to Mona Lisa Cafe.
Inshallah.
But you guys have really contributed a lot.
Thank you so much.
It was authentic. It was a representation of how our dynamics were as siblings, with our parents. I may or may not have used some of the excuses that you had for the F, what it means.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Oh, yeah.
We have some good videos. Well, sometimes
classics.
when I reminisce, I'm like, we actually had fun.
Yes.
I was lucky to be on social media at a time where it was unrehearsed.
Yes.
And, free. And there wasn't no script. And it was like, just come on, you don't care what you look like and just be yourself.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not the same, which is why I'm, I guess, not on social media as much anymore.
Yeah.
But we were on social media when it was the best.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to leave things where it is and leave at your high instead of kind of, we let the little kids shine now,
Thank you for opening the door open.
We did what we had to do.
Yeah.
So many people have had the confidence to come after us and do amazing things.
Yeah.
And I love that for them. I love what we did for us at that time.
Yeah.
And we had fun. Wallahi. Like, we've grown from it. Ultimately, I never needed anybody to give me my flowers, whether it would be an award show or all those people, places that,
Yeah.
I've been given my flowers by people like you, my supporters.
Yeah.
Like, I get people who, like the other day, and I spoke about it on my Snapchat, and it happens quite frequently. I got stopped by somebody on my way to, I was going from Damal or one of those places, and I was walking because I parked my car somewhere Dermo. So I was walking between that distance. So it was Berger Omar to that distance. I was walking and then in and by Dafi, and he was walking, and then he was like, one the kibadi, and I was like, hi, what fi anta de ort, and then he stopped, and then he looked at me. He was like, and then he was like, oh my God, it's you, Muna.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, it's me. At first I was like, and he goes, it's you. And then he was like, I've been following you for such a long time on Instagram, and whatever this could say, you were such a talented person. I just want to let you know that you got me through the hardest times of my life.
Wow.
And that was like, and I've heard that a lot of people have said, I've got them through divorces, just because, it was a light banter, of things that we've experienced. It felt like home.
Yeah.
It felt like familiarity, you know?
It was comfort.
And so that, it stopped me in my tracks. I was like, he looked like Nina and Willie used to phone Hasten. I was like, he didn't look like someone that would ever watch me.
Yeah.
So it was a surprise. And then it made me realize there's so many people that I didn't even realize that I reached.
Yeah.
I was in like Dahabshil a few months ago and you know,
Yeah.
and like how I've been watching your videos and Arutaydi and Bakudawoda, and like you brought so much memories for us. And just the other day I was at that new mall and somebody else said the same thing, and they were like, you know, Habo, like I love you. And so I've reached young people, older people. So
yeah.
I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
You know, I don't feel like I need to revive and come on your social media and like I still come on TikTok and drop 1-2 liners here and there. And that's because I want to.
Yeah.
And I think for me, social media is about coming on and not forcing things.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't depend on it for money, even though I do get paid, you know, here and there. But, you know, I might come on live next, you know, but when you have a life outside of social media, you don't rely. I think a lot of people do it for money now. We didn't have to because we enjoyed it. And so I'm glad that we, you know, had that part of our life, and I'm, you know, glad that I'm out of it, but I love everybody that supports me to end it. So,
and that's what makes it all worth it, when you see that genuine love that you get for what you do.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
It's
like people that you've never met, like just telling you that they love you.
Yeah.
It's nice.
But out of curiosity, where are most of your supporters from when you ask them?
They're from everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
Some from here, some from Europe, some from Australia, some from Hamar.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. Like, I don't think as much as we got obviously a little bit of hate for having the name Somaliland, like, you can't deny our funny.
And your impact.
Like, and our impact, you know? And it was just natural. Yeah. It was just like being at your home with your siblings and just busting jokes, you know? And so it wasn't, I suppose that everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Because the ones, when I've come to Hargeisa, I've noticed that a lot of my supporters are from Norway.
Really?
And I do have quite a few. It ends up being Norway.
Yeah. Swedish as well.
It's the Scandinavian. Yeah. Is Norway?
Scandinavian, Somali go the na عاد في عنتاي. We at Kisadan. Yeah. But a lot. Yeah. So I'm very grateful, wallahi.
But yeah, second time, thank you so much for coming
on
to my
for giving me my flowers
show.
And you know.
And
means a lot.
they will see each other again soon, inshallah.
Inshallah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching, guys, and take care.
Take care.